gon' do it like this.
Word to your mama, ho.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We've been having an amazing week so far. Put out The Beast April 21st, live premiere on YouTube. I want to give a big shout out to all the Fire Squad who came out for the live premiere. It was awesome. Everybody came together and enjoyed the record. All 1 minute and 52 seconds of it. So yeah, thank you guys for that. That's great. Today we've got an awesome video in store for you guys. This is a video that was inspired from a buddy of mine in the Discord server in the realm of vocals, and he was like, you know, I've watched your videos, man, and I try to emulate your settings as best as I can, but whenever I go in and record my vocal, it never sounds anywhere close to yours. It got me thinking, you know, to myself, you know, okay, how can I better A, explain this, and B, help you produce a better end result? What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna record some vocals in, and we're gonna, you know, reference A and B between the vocal chain that I created in Ableton and my, you know, my custom Lit Lord's vocal chain. On my vocals, you know, it's fairly simple. What I would do before I get ready, I turn on, you know, Rvwbvr and JJP vocals. Rvwbvr is pretty much handling. Rvwbvr is handling, you know, the compression of my voice, and this results in loudness, you know, the perception of loudness, and so that's what Rvwbvr is doing. And then JJP is you know, what we would call the processing of the vocal. You know, it's got all these different attenuators, and you know, you go in and you know, everybody's voice is different, so this is just, you know, a particular setup that's for my voice. So let's go ahead and record in a vocal here. There we go. They say we never make it to the top. They say we never make it to the top. So I work till I drop, work till I drop. So now, you know, we've got two versions of this. We're going to go in and clean up the vocal, as I always do. So let's go in here and clean up the vocal.
They say we never make it to the top, so I work till I drop.
The more, you know, empty, useless space you can get rid of, the better. Nice. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is, so now we see how this sounds here. And we're going to make two. I'm going to duplicate this because we're going to need this later. And then we're going to go in and we're going to freeze this channel, and we're going to flatten this channel. It's flattened, it's clean.
They say we never make it to the top.
Utility back in to control my volume, and an EQ to control this particular vocal channel.
They say we never. They say we.
Now I'm going to go ahead and listen.
We never say we say we. They say we.
You see those S's there?
They say we say we say we say.
I'm going to go ahead and
say we 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 never.
Cut that.
Say we never make it to the tops.
And there it is. So that would be, you know, my finished result, you know, sample. And like if I just were doing mains, like this is like not me doing doubles and pans, and this is just one main vocal, something that would be like a pre-drop or something like that, you know. And if you don't know, this is I'm recreating the vocal drop from Masters, Hard City Volume 3. I'm gonna go ahead and make another channel of this, right? So let's go back, turn this one off, and turn this back on with all of our processing effects still in play here without being, you know, after processed.
They say we never make it to the top. They say we never make.
So now go ahead and turn this off, and I'm going to bring in the Lit Lord's effect chain here. Alright, so here we have the effect chain. This is the Lit Lord's vocal chain iteration number 1. So right off the bat, this is the sound we're getting.
They say we never make it to the top. They say we never make it to the top.
My normally used vocal chain is off, and this is the effect we're getting. It's mighty close. It's mighty close.
They say we never make it to the top. They say we never make it to the top.
Look at that.
They say we never make it to the top. They say we never make it to the top.
Like it's damn near identical. So I've identified all the different things that my chain is doing, and I've reiterated it here into this vocal chain 1. So let's dive into it here. Just a quick little dive here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 8 parameters that we can sort of play with here, color coded macros as we would call them. We've got a de-esser, an add presence, stereo width, cut the snakes, and this is like another version of the de-essers, which I'll show you. An add attitude, add body, add space, and add spice. So, obviously, de-esser is, you know, it's self-explanatory. This is going to this is a type of compression designed to help get rid of those sibilances in your voice. And we've got an add presence, which is going to add sheen. It's going to add air to your voice. And I'll show you examples of all of these. Stereo width, which is going to widen or, you know, rein in your, you know, your voice. Cut the snakes. This is a extreme surgical form of de-essing in the form of EQ, which I'll show you. And add attitude. This is, you know, this is going to add some slight saturation and kind of punch to your voice here, while also boosting in a particular area of the voice on the EQ range and the spectrum. We've got an add body, which is, you know, it's going to add body. It's going to add some body to your voice here. We've got add space, which is a form of, you know, giving yourself some room, which is like light reverb. And then spice, which is the form, you know, spice is what I narrowed down on the multi-band compression. So adding presence. If we add presence, go ahead and we're going to listen to this, and I'm going to move the knob, and we're going to add presence and take away presence, and you'll be able to hear.
They say we never make it to the top, so I work till I drop.
Now we're going to go ahead and DS.
They say we never make
things like the DS is a very particular thing. Like, I don't have it on here because I was using the cut the snakes, and when we open this up and look under the hood of this, you'll kind of see why you need to play with either the compression form of de-essing or the cutting the snakes version of the de-essing, which is an EQ technique that I've you know, improvised here. Now let's go ahead and add some attitude.
They say we never make it to the top, so I work till I drop, work till I drop.
Let's go ahead and add some body.
They say we never make it to the top.
Let's go ahead and add some space.
They say we never make it to the top, so I work till I drop, work till I drop.
Let's go ahead and add some spice. The spice is something you got to be really careful with, you know, in any kind of food. The spice is like just a little bit, and you get that spice of life.
They say we never make it to the top, so I work till I drop, work.
Just a little bit does the trick here. So when we open up, let me explain to you what the cutting the snakes is. Cutting the snakes is what we did here. We've after processed everything, and I've got our final result. Now we've listened to it, and we've determined where most of our sibilances are in the frequency range, and we cut the snakes. We went in, and I grabbed it, and I just took a very, very, very high Q, frequency Q, and I cut that stuff down and got rid of these. So that's just a form of de-essing and an EQ technique. So that's what that does there. That's the cutting the snakes, what we call. And then you've got some basic stereo width here.
They say we never make it to the top, so I work.
You know, very, very, you know, it's very crafty things. You got to use these. All these parameters should be used in moderation. So yeah, I mean, this is the Lord's vocal chain here, and I want to make this available through the Heart Academy Sound Shop. And the Heart Academy Sound Shop is open now. It's on our website at thelitlords.com, and this is a place where anytime you see a video, like if you saw the Name That Sound where we created a simple raw screech, you know, that sound is now available on the website. It's free. That was a free, you know, video tutorial. The Litlord's vocal chain is also going to be available for sale on the Heart Academy Sound Shop. So if this is something that you're interested in, make sure you head over to the litlords.com and click on the Heart Academy tab and head over to the Sound Shop and, you know, get your hands on this thing. It's a very, you know, in my opinion, invaluable tool. I spent a lot of time working this out and trying to emulate my processes that I've gained over a number of years into, you know, the VSTs and skills that I've honed in. But, you know, going back to you know, Llyro, which is, you know, my buddy in the Discord server, Llyro, apologize if I'm saying your name wrong, but, you know, he was like, you know, I can't get it, I can't get the vocal right no matter, you know, how many times, you know, if I even emulate your settings and whatnot, you know. You're usually not, because everybody's voice is different. This is what I've done here. I've created something that is tailor-made, so all I have to do is pick up a microphone, say what I want to say, and the process is pretty much 95% done, you know. And that's just from time, putting in the work and figuring out yourself. You like figuring out your voice. what works for your voice, what doesn't work for your voice, and then, you know, having, and you know, this isn't something that's always accessible, that's going to be accessible to everyone, but having the right microphone is half the battle. Nothing can replace a good microphone. You know, if you guys like this, you know, I can do another video and dive in under the hood and show you guys in depth a little bit. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, you know, make sure you leave a comment down below, and you know, we can do a deep dive video on this effect rack here. But last but not least, I want to give a shout out to our Patreon family. We just revamped our Patreon page, Patreon Family 2.0. It's a brand new tier option, the Heart Academy producer tier. This is a tier exclusive for producers and DJs alike. So I mean, you know, anybody looking to learn from us or on a deeper level with more access, you know, make sure you check out the benefits of that tier and see if it's something for you. I highly recommend, if you're learning or want to learn, or if you're a student of the game, check out the tier. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to send an email, send a message, drop a comment, and let's figure it out. You know, I'm putting a lot of time and effort into this into all my tiers, and to give a great service to my entire Patreon family. So, you know, hope you're there for it. And other than that, that's been it, folks. See you next time.